So here on today's video, guys, listen to this. So God, I've been doing video, a series on video about affliction and about us discovering God's intention for affliction, right? And there is a lesson also in that if we do not accept the responsibility of the sin or accept the affliction to ask forgiveness of the sin and to change and to turn from the sin, right? Then God tells us that we would have been out of the sin. He would have been there to deliver us, but we would not humble ourselves under the affliction. Listen. When the young man in Job was speaking in 36:15, he told Job, we all know how ready God is to deliver the poor from his affliction. And he's always been that way. He's always, been that way. That the poor in spirit and those that are broken and of a contrite heart, God looks upon them with tenderness, and when they are in affliction, he is ready to help, right? For he opens their ears and he makes them ready to hear joy and gladness, and even in the oppression that they're in. And while yet he does not deliver them, God will still speak good to them and comfort words, right? He'll encourage our faith and patience, and he'll silence fears and balance grief. And that he was saying that even so with Job, that he would have done this. But Job wouldn't and had not submitted to God's providence. And he did not conduct himself well. And had he, up to this point, the young man was telling him that he would have been delivered and comforted by this point. And instead, why should he had none of these complaints? That he wouldn't even had to have any of these complaints had he humbled himself under the affliction, right? But instead, he had accompanied himself. Or if he had accommodated himself to the will of God and the liberty, that he would have been restored already, right? I'm sorry, I was stuck on that word. And so we have to be mindful then, not only is God using affliction to get our attention for us to turn from a sin, but if we prolong the humbling of ourselves under that affliction, which, listen, I needed to, he showed me this because I also needed to know this, and I'm sharing this with you, that had we humbled ourselves, and the quicker we do it, then we are then released from this affliction, right? And I want to, I want to encourage you that it is not that it was not that we are to be silenced under the affliction. To consider that if we were better, it would be way better with us. And if we had answered the ends of the affliction would have been removed. So if we had the quicker you respond to the affliction, the quicker the affliction will be removed. And deliverance will come when we are ready for it. For God would have done well for us when we conduct ourselves well. God does well for us when we conduct ourselves well. And so, again, if you are in affliction, humble yourself under the affliction. Go to God and understand what is it that this affliction, what sin caused this affliction. And then begin to stand in God's light. Turn again from what it is that you have sinned. Now turn to God, right? So that you can be delivered. And we've been told, deliverance is coming, deliverance is coming. God has a blessing for us, and a lot of times we've been in the same affliction for many, many, many years. And so I want to encourage you, if this video helped you, leave a comment, subscribe, share, so that others can know that there is a purpose for affliction, that we don't have to continue to remain in an affliction or an oppression any longer for year after year after year. And until next time, thank you for being here with One of Titus 2 Woman channel. Bye for now.